The history of Bethany Ashram goes as far as the history of the journey of Christianity to India. The arrival of Saint Thomas the Apostle in Kerala in AD 52 marked the beginning of the faith origins of the people. The Apostle established 8 faith communities or 7.5 churches during his missionary voyage in Kerala, which spanned 2 decades. The arrival of Portuguese missionaries in the year 1498 and their domination led to tensions among the St. Thomas Christians. The Synod of Diamper in 1599 aggravated the rift between the local believers and the foreigners. Eventually, in the year 1653, the historic Coon and Cross Oath led to the painful division in the church. The cries of the wounded church for a prophet of peace and union remained unanswered for a while. But in the year 1882, their prayers were answered with the birth of Geevarghese Panikkaru in a small town of Mavelikara, beckoning the beginning of a new era in the history of the church. He was born in the eminent Panikkaru family as the son of Mattai and Annama Panikkaru. Geevarghese followed his calling to become a priest and was ordained to the priesthood on September 15, 1908. Being a brilliant academician, Father P.T. Geevarghese was sent to Serampore College. Reflecting on the situation in his homeland, he thought of beginning a missionary group and a religious order which would spearhead the spiritual renewal. Bethany had already taken birth in his mind. Ultimately, on August 15, 1919, at Mundanmala, he founded the Order of the Imitation of Christ, fondly christening it as Bethany Ashram. The monks of Bethany, who spent time in prayer and service, soon attracted many. In 1925, Ramban Geevarghese was consecrated as Bishop of Bethany and took the name Mar Ivanios, a name that will remain unforgotten in history. He also founded a religious order for women in the same year. This order was called as Bethany Madam. His companion, Ramban Jacob of Bethany, was consecrated as Bishop Mar Theophilos OIC in 1929. Realizing his role to lead the church from the fetters of disunity, Mar Ivanios and his followers left all that they had for the great exodus to the shores of the one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. On September 20, 1930, Mar Ivanios, along with 4 others, entered into communion with the Catholic Church. This golden letter event is called as the historic reunion under the leadership of Mar Ivanios. Then Mar Ivanios, with others, journeyed to the river Kakkad and sought refuge in Pullad. While in exile, the Bethanians continued their mission, finding new pastures, eventually reaching Anantapuri, the capital city of Kerala. Bethany Ashram was planted from Pullad to Nalanchira. The apostolic constitution, Christo Pastorum Principi, was executed, and the reunited church began its journey. Bethany took the leadership in guiding the flock, which was growing day by day. Mar Theophilos, the Guruachan of Bethany, became the first bishop of Tiruvalla. Tiruvalla Bethany Ashram was erected in 1934. In 1953, Ramban Benedict Thangalathil OIC was consecrated as Archbishop Benedict Mar Gregorios by Mar Ivanios. Mar Ivanios was administered the Kantila, last rites at Bethany Ashram, Nalanchira, by Bishop Mar Severius. On July 15th, the light of Malankara and the founder of Bethany, Archbishop Geevarghese Mar Ivanios Panikkaru OIC, passed on to his eternal abode. Go in peace, O Shepherd of God. In his lifetime, Mar Ivanios was committed to uplift the society, which inspired him to start many educational institutions. The year 1954 saw another phase in the history of Bethany. Priestly training of Bethanians started in Pune, which eventually paved the way for the erection of the Eparchy of Gudgaon and the Exarchate of Pune-Kadki. The Bethanian mission took a new turn with Reverend Father Michael Manjanamkuri OIC being sent to the Malabar region to explore and establish mission centers. Eventually, this led to the formation of the Diocese of Bethany. In 1956, Bethany loses Mar Theophilus, the close companion of Mar Ivanius, as he departed for his eternal reward. The Bethanian mission expanded to the south of Kerala in Kanyiramkulam, Trivandrum, pioneered by Reverend Father Yaunan Kipperlil, OIC. Bethany got scripted itself in the annals of history when, in 1966, it was raised to the pontifical status. The ashram at Ashokapuram, Aluva, and the mission in Mukkampala, Tamil Nadu, also were established in 1968. Bethany Ashram completed 50 years of its existence and celebrated its Golden Jubilee in 1969 at Nalanchira. Several programs marked the occasion, including the inauguration of the Jubilee Memorial Health Center at Nalanchira. In 1971, the Generalate House of Bethany Ashram was established at Kottayam. From 1967 onwards, Bethanians began rendering service to the missions in Nedamangadu. Strengthening the social phase of Bethany, Father Gabriel Thaikadavil, OIC, began Thirpadam Bethany Ashram for the care of the elderly. Bethany stepped into another phase of its mission in providing health care with the establishment of the Bethany Nature Cure Center in 1976. Bethany stepped out to the regions in Karnataka, beginning missions there in 1979. In due course, this region was raised as the Diocese of Puttur. The long-cherished dream of having a center of Oriental theology was fulfilled when Bethany Veda Vijnana Peeth was established in 1980. Bethany Ashram celebrated its 75 years of its existence in 1994 at Kottayam. Bethany began its missions in Kolkata, West Bengal, and Bhilai, Madhya Pradesh from 1991 to 1992. The Kolkata mission was a fulfillment of Mar Ivanius' dream. It was there that he had the first thoughts about beginning Bethany Ashram. During the next 10 years, Bethany witnessed its presence in many countries like Germany, Switzerland, Belgium, Austria, and the United States of America. In 2000, Bethany Ashram embarked on a new journey with the establishment of two provinces, Bethany Navajivan Province and Bethany Navajodi Province. Bethany once again became the instrument in the hands of God to accomplish the dreams of its founder. Accordingly, in 2005, Bethany made its presence felt in Punjab. Bethany made another stride in its mission of evangelizing India by starting its mission in Hyderabad in 2005 and in New Delhi in 2008. Bethany stepped into its mission in the African continent when its first missionaries came to Ethiopia in 2009. From 2010 to 2018, Bethany spread out to begin indigenous missions among the tribal and Dalits in the places such as Tripura, Kolkata, Turk, Ludhiana, Coimbatore, Jharkhand, Titiwala, and Orissa. Hence, today, Bethany Ashram has spread its mission almost around the world through 4 continents, providing service to the needy in the spiritual, social, educational, and academic circles. One is tempted to ask then, from where does Bethany gain its strength? What provides her with the necessary orientation? Bethany Ashram's charism undoubtedly leads every Bethanian to attain perfection. Its charism is to imitate Christ in his life of prayer and action, realized in the Oriental monastic tradition and Indian sannyasa, aimed at the evangelization of India through the spiritual renewal of the Malankara Church. Bethanian life of prayer and action is a life that constantly seeks union with God and that leads the people to God. A Bethanian forms himself responding to the call to witness Christ and share his life, and by responding to a call in Anubhava, Abhyasa, and Guru-Shishya relationship. A Bethanian commits himself to a life of dedication through the three vows of chastity, poverty, and obedience. A Bethanian enjoys his life in his constant companionship with God and in his togetherness with his brothers in the community by following a life in prayer, work, and family spirit. Bethany ashrams are known as houses of consolation. A Bethanian witnesses God in his life, a life that is worthy of the kingdom values and a life that is sacrificed for the love of Christ and love of the people of God. In the ministry of witnessing the love of God, Bethanians are engaged in manifold ministries of preaching the gospel through retreats, taking catechism, and giving spiritual instructions. Bethanians involve in ecumenical and inter-religious dialogues in every walk of life. Bethanians are committed ministers in the pastoral and mission field. Bethanians dedicate themselves in the social apostolate by doing wonderful charitable and social activities. Bethany is a creative presence in the world of communication and media, and it is promoting gospel values all over the world. Bethanian educational apostolate is at par with numerous educational institutions all over India and Africa. Bethany saints Mary, Martha, and Lazarus are the three pillars of Bethany on which Bethanian spirituality is founded. Bethany welcomes you to participate in its ministries by becoming a member, by collaborating with her different apostolates, and by promoting our institutions, and by becoming a benefactor.